Welcome to Love Manifesto Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Tangi. The premise for the show is to explore, to analyze, and to manifest thriving platonic and business relationships. Today, I have a wonderful guest who joined us by the name of Mr. Jared Alexander. He's going to help us dissect the musical love creation. Is that right?
Yes.
Musical love creation. This young man is an up and coming talent that you definitely want to make sure that you connect with. And so getting started, I'd like to know, how did you get involved with music?
Okay, so I come from a musical background and musical family. They all played instruments and at church as well, sang at church. So I was kind of brought up into it, but started with drums, percussion, and just moved up from there. Ended up playing trumpet. Like my uncle, he passed it down to me. So played trumpet, started trumpet in middle school, 6th grade, and then started self-teaching bass guitar through YouTube. I followed some greats from there and self-taught bassist, and then kind of just picked everything else up along the way. Tuba, piano. I produce as well, as you can see. Just everything music. That's what I try to encompass.
Yeah, in fact, you have a company, right? Tell us about your company.
So Jared Alexander, I'm the producer. I produce, I mix, master, arrange, compose, from top to bottom. Whatever your needs may be, I can be of assistance and get that going.
Okay, so you have experience working with who, doing what?
Hello, Sam Wagner, pastor of New Foundation Church International here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I hope you come and join one of our worship services with us real soon. Join us on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and Sundays at 10 a.m. Just know this, we're here to help you to grow in your faith so that you can walk by faith and not by sight. God bless.
I produce for numerous artists, some you may know. I tour with Philip Phillips, winner of American Idol, season 11. Produced with Big Crit, rapper Big Crit. I produced along with T.I. and David Banner, Killer Mike, and sessions with Eric Bellinger. And just a product of being here in Atlanta, you never know who you might meet and run into. So that's just the beginning, and looking to discover the next talent, be the next talent. I'm a solo artist as well, so solo trumpet, solo bass. I just like to express my voice through music, however that may be. So
You said something that jarred my memory. As a former assistant professor, I remember saying to my students, you never know what you are auditioning for. Every day you get up, you are auditioning for something. Right. You just don't know what and in front of whom. And in a city like Atlanta, it's highly possible at some point in time that you might be in a restaurant or in a place where you may run into somebody who's in the industry, music industry, entertainment industry, acting industry, or that might be in a career field that you're in, if not directly, indirectly.
Right, most definitely. I like to network with people outside of my field because in every other field, music is involved somehow. Whether it be content creation, what is it called? Promotion for businesses. everything needs music in some way. For music and for film and television, every industry pretty much coincides with music. So
tell us a major point that you feel is instrumental when it comes to a love for musical creation.
Say that one more time.
At least one point that you think is instrumental when it comes to your love for musical creation.
That I can express my voice and be able to. It's the love for it that creation comes through love, and it's just my love for it that I can put together an orchestration of so many different pieces. That's what I love about it. So
is there any other points that you think that would be beneficial for those who are listening to us when it comes to music? Any other points that you feel would be helpful?
Just always follow your heart, and it depends on what audience we're speaking to, what they want to take from music as a listener or someone else who's in creation like myself. But across any platform, just to follow your heart and do what you love.
Okay. I know for me, when it comes to writing, sometimes I have dreams. Sometimes I can just visually see things, and sometimes one word at a time. And as I write those words down, other words will manifest, right? There are times when I'm sleeping and all of a sudden I could see and or hear certain words, right? Some of them in their entirety, like the entire poem. I'm wondering, how do you come up with these lyrics? What happens?
It's I believe it's a blessing from God. It's something natural. Just being introduced to music at a young age, it's just it's kind of inside of me, and I just love it.
Well, I'll tell you this, because there are some people, they have, like me, right? I write poetry, but I don't have any, I guess you call it lyrics, right? So if I came to you with a poem and I said, okay, this is the poem that I have, can you turn this into a song?
Right.
How do you make that happen?
So the first question I would ask you is, what emotions do you feel? And from that emotion, I can hear a sound and convey that sound. Like with the trumpet in particular, I can or any instrument, but with the trumpet, it's one of the most vocal instruments aside from the saxophone, and I can make it sound sad. I can be giddy. I've learned in music, you learn to convey your emotions, so you can whatever emotion you're feeling, I would accompany that emotion and put the poem on the forefront, but just accompany what it is that you're feeling.
Wow. So based on how I'm feeling as it relates to the words that I have on paper, then you can create lyrics to complement those words, and then you come up with a song. Right.
And not even what's being said, but how it's being said, because let's just say you say something, you're speaking something happy, but you convey it in a sad way. I mean, there's just so many different possibilities of what can come together. Okay. But just having an open mind in creation and putting the puzzle pieces together.
So you shared an array of people that you've worked with. Tell me one or two people that you worked with about that journey with those people.
So, for instance, Big Crit, every single person has their own process and way that they create, because everybody's unique. But different people are good at different things, and you can't do everything alone. So collaboration is a big piece to creation and working together. But like my partner who you saw earlier in the performance, our Will, that's my production partner. He's good at different things that I may not be the best at, but to have different people in different places to work together to achieve the best sound is very important. But with Big Crit in particular, he understands that concept, and he'll start with the drums. He uses an MPC or any DAW, digital audio workstation, to create drums or whatever the overall mood is. And then based on what he's describing to me, I can create a line. It's all about putting the pieces together. And I'll put my piece in. A violinist may put his piece. Guitarist. There's a lot of different aspects to creation, but
Oh, okay.
everybody has their different process.
Okay. So what is this again?
This is a Kai MPC Live 2, and it's wireless. It has a speaker here, but it's basically a studio, a portable studio. So I can create anything in virtually seconds right here, and you can hear it, and it's live.
So are you saying people don't necessarily have to go to the studio to create music? They
Most
could just
definitely.
have that.
Literally,
Wow.
anywhere. It fits in your backpack, and it's great. It's an
Wow.
actual computer in your
Wow. That is remarkable. I believe you came from a musical family. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Wow. So that's where you got your inspiration from?
Yes, and the internet is huge with YouTube. You can take an interest to anything, but something I really took interest to was music, and you can explore. The possibilities are endless. So at an early age, I just fell in love with it.
Wow. So for people who are in the industry that you're in, and that is the creation of lyrics, what is it that you like to share with them? Because there's someone listening to us and they aspire to be where you are, and they don't have that what do you call that again?
NPC.
That MPC. They can't afford it.
Okay.
But they have a desire to do what you're doing. Where can they get that, and what should they do to level up in the way that you have?
Okay. It definitely takes time. I've been at this for many years, but now that technology is progressing, you can get cheaper alternatives. I have something similar on my phone. There's an app that I just found out about called Koala, where it's virtually the same thing. So I can create a song from scratch here, and it's just a tool that you can get and be well on your way.
Wow.
And through YouTube, you can find out how to use it for lack of time, but it's just an idea I started, and you can even perform it. And you got it. Yeah. There you go. Got it. Keep going. Keep going. Or any form, really. You can record your voice into it. So it's all about what you know. So yeah.
So do you ever plan to have a CD of your own?
For sure. I have a EP out now, a 2-song EP. The Jared Alexander EP. It's on all digital platforms. So featuring 1 song on trumpet, 1 song on bass. So I'm soloing, and also I created all the instrumentation, mixed and mastered the project. Yeah, so there you can hear that. It's a song, So Lovely, the trumpet solo song, and I Can Tell, which is the bass solo.
So did you go to college? I think that you did, right?
I did 2 years at Florida A&M down in Tallahassee. I was there, and then I transferred to MTSU in Tennessee for the recording industries program.
What did they teach you that you didn't already know?
Not much, to be honest, because with the internet, you can learn pretty much anything. And I'm not saying, not to discredit the universities, but my freshman year I was asked to teach courses, and it just didn't work out with my schedule. But I started when I was self-teaching myself bass, not to sound arrogant or anything, but I also started production, so I was already a little advanced at the time.
So did you just say that you're in college and someone asked you to teach a class as a freshman?
They did. I was at Florida A&M, and I wasn't a part of the marching band. Sometimes I regret it, but I think it was for the better. I was able to focus on the things I wanted to focus on, which were production and jazz as well. I played in the jazz band there, jazz program. But one of the courses they asked me to teach, and I needed some courses in my schedule, so it just didn't work out at the time. But
yeah, that's super awesome. That's some super awesome stuff. And now I'd like to enter into our Spreading the Tea segment.
Okay, let's
You have
do it.
some tea there. And you know what, you guys, I have to share this secret with you, is that I am a tea lover. And guess what? I don't use sugar. I only use agave, pure honey, and occasionally grade B maple syrup. Today's tea is hibiscus tea. That's right, hibiscus tea. To me, it kind of similar to Kool-Aid.
Okay.
It's kind of similar to Kool-Aid, right?
Without the sugar?
Without the
Can't
sugar. Without the sugar. And so what I love for you to do is to taste the tea as I share with them the ingredients as well as the benefits, because you guys, you need to hear this about this hibiscus tea. And because I'm always concerned about what I put in my body. This tea, the ingredients for the tea is simply rose hibiscus. That's the only thing that's in this tea outside of, and I'm sorry, rose petals and rose hip hibiscus, and also the sweetener that I use. Those are the 3 items in the tea. And this rose hip hibiscus tea fights inflammation and bacteria. It helps lower blood pressure and cholesterol, and it also fights, it also, again, fights bacteria, and it supports your liver health. And I think that that's very important for some people to be able to have this tea to help them in those areas. Tell us what your thoughts are about this tea, and please be honest.
I've had some teas that they taste really light, and this isn't heavy, but it's bold in flavor, and but at the same time being light, and it doesn't. It tastes sweet without being sweet. It's like just all natural, and it's a nice taste. It's refreshing, uplifting, and I don't know. I feel the difference in my congestion because I have allergies and congestion. So I don't know if it's the tea, but I'm loving it.
Yeah, I love rose hibiscus tea, and I don't drink Kool-Aid, but anytime I want something that's kind of similar to Kool-Aid, guess what I do? I drink some rose hibiscus tea, and I get all of the benefits that come along with consuming this tea. So I'm glad that you like it. It does have a bold flavor, unlike some other teas that I offer that's really light. And because you're so young, I say, you know what? He can handle this. He might like this tea. I didn't want to give you another tea that may taste more like medicine, right?
I don't mind it.
So I wasn't sure, but I'm glad that you like it.
Yes, ma'am. This is very tasty.
Wow. So if you had to compare this tea to a lyric that you have created, what would it be and why?
I do more so the music side of writing, but let's see.
So I just says rose hibiscus tea. I told you the benefits, the ingredients. Play a tune that may complement that.
Okay.
Play a tune that might complement what we just shared about this tea.
Oh, did I put my trumpet up?
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Uh-oh. I thought with this thing you didn't have to have an instrument. That tells you how ignorant I am about this. But yeah, we'd love to hear.
Okay.
Let's do it in 1 minute and then we'll close.
Okay. One second here.
You
Won't
guys
take us long.
hang in there. You're going to be happy that you did. Wow. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. You are definitely super talented and so grateful
appreciate
that
it.
you
Thank
stopped by. Listen, there's someone out there wanting to know how can they connect with you. Tell them how they can do that.
Okay. Of course, I'm on social media, Jared Alexander, everywhere, and that's Jared Alex NDR. So Jared Alexander that way. I have a website, JaredAlexanderMusic.com. You can reach out to me, JaredAlexander@gmail.com. So I'm here. I'm here in Atlanta and ready to work with new talent, existing talent. I'm here. So let's do it.
Absolutely. You guys, thank you so much. for tuning in to Love Manifesto podcast. And I must share this with you. Guess what? Love is something you deserve. Love cannot be purchased. It cannot be sold, but you deserve to be loved. Thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Dr. Tangi.